Hey guys, so
Hello and welcome to Fun with Flags.
Really?
Oh, wrong video.
Okay. As you guys know, I'm Jilly. This is my husband Rob. So we're just going to do an update as a few people have requested it. So I finally have an actual diagnosis, and I know I've said that before a million times, but the diagnosis I had before, which was fibromyalgia of the stomach, that was given to me by a specialist who is apparently number one in Canada for gastrointestinal issues or stomach issues.
In Winnipeg, I don't know. I'd like to think we have better than him.
We're not going to say his name. So, anyways, long story short, I finally got in Winnipeg, we have what's called a pain clinic. And it was almost a 2-year waiting list, which is why I've waited so long to really kind of get to this point. And he finally diagnosed me, and he was amazing at the diagnosis because he asked the right questions, and that is a sign of a really good doctor. A lot of doctors will kind of pull everything from what you've had before. This doctor did not look at anything I'd had before. He looked at me now. And that, I think, for me, was the big game changer because he diagnosed me within 35 minutes. And I do believe what he diagnosed me with is correct because it seems to be...
The symptoms match from what
the diagnosis.
Researched. Yeah.
So I actually have what's called IBS-M, and a lot of doctors, when they say you have IBS, it's because they can't figure out, I don't know what's going on with her, so we'll just flew her into the category of IBS.
Which is what fibromyalgia is. It's like, we don't know what's wrong with her, so we'll just give her this diagnosis of fibromyalgia. And, okay, so you have fibromyalgia, no treatment, have a nice day.
So, IBS-M it's basically what's called IBS, so everybody knows what that is. And then the M stands for mixed. So people can be diagnosed with IBS-C or IBS-D. And so it's either constipation, diarrhea, or mixed. So I have the mixed, which is probably way more than the world wanted to know. But it's a good clarification because my body reacts many different ways. I can go weeks with one way and then weeks with the other. So with all that said, the doctor suggested, everybody's like, well, how do we fix it? What do you do? He's tried a few different things. What was the first thing he tried?
Well, you also went for one of those tests.
Oh, right. So he sent me to go see a naturopath. And
what's the test?
What?
The test that you had done that you mailed away.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
SIBO test.
A SIBO test.
Which apparently came back negative.
So...
They thought it was SIBO as well.
So you guys can Google SIBO. It's SIBO. And it's a very expensive test. First of all, you have to pay to go see that particular doctor. And then, of course... So you're going to cost about $500 for this test.
In Canada.
80% of the time, the test will come back negative. They don't tell you that before they send you that. Go online. There are cheaper versions of the test. Mine came back negative. It basically measures the amount of specific gases that your stomach produces, like methane. And it's not something that you should have in excess. So if that is the cause, then it's pretty easy to, well, not to fix, but to get better because there's medication that they can put you on specifically for that.
Probiotics.
So fast forward, that didn't work for me. Then he put me on these crazy, like they've got like 100 billion, like the probiotics. Thank you, I'm losing my words. They're about $200 to $500 depending, and they're the highest quality you can buy for the content of per million, and that was a complete flop. That sent me into horrendous pain for about a month, which was just fantastic. So that was obviously not going to do anything for me. I'm still waiting to see him again, and I think I see him in 2 weeks. But in the meantime, we've obviously got to figure this out on our own. So there are suggestions from doctors for what you do for IBS, whether it's C, D, M, whatever the case is. They always suggest the FODMAP diet. You guys can Google it. It's a very restricted diet, and I don't have a printed out of that one. And it sucks. I mean,
basically, you make a list of what you can eat and what you can't eat.
Yeah, and
bottom line.
What you can eat is like this short. The problem with me is that when I Googled the FODMAP diet and I looked at it, a lot of that didn't work for me. And that's one thing you have to know about IBS, whatever series you have, is that there are so many different diets, but not meant in that literal term, that work for some people and don't work for others. So don't think, oh crap, I have to go on this diet, now I can't eat like even more. No, that's not the case. So there's also something called the Paleo diet. And the Paleo diet is similar to the FODMAP diet, but when you look at it, this is a printout of it, and it actually breaks it down. It's very, very easy. And keep in mind, this as a whole, there are going to be some pieces on it that aren't going to settle with you. So it's going to be a trial and error if you decide to go with the Paleo diet. There's also the Leaky gut diet. I'm sure a few of you have come across that if you've been Googling IBS. And that one is above all what works for me. There's probably about 2 or 3 items on here that I can't have, but that's okay. It is what it is. You make the list, you put it up on the fridge, and when you do your grocery shopping, it is what it is. You're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have like months on end. Like I had 6 months where, all of a sudden I could eat hamburgers again, and oh my goodness, it was amazing.
And then one day you can't.
And then you wake up one morning and you're in horrendous pain and you're like, what the crap? And I'll tell you, it can go on. Usually, if you Google it, the flare-ups last for 4 days. Bull crap. They can last, I'm going on what?
3 weeks sometimes.
No.
On average.
My flare-up's been 6 weeks. This is just redonk-a-donk. So there are many different things that I have tried. There is something that you can Google, and this is found on Amazon. It's something you put in drinks. It actually doesn't taste too bad. About $30 to $40. It didn't work for me. It may work for somebody else. It's supposed to repair your leaky gut. So that one kind of flew off the handle. Then there's also a drug that my doctor prescribed, and it does work to some extent. It helps. I take it twice a day, and it does help. It's called Pinaverium Bromide. And you said it's found in pineapples?
Yeah, bromide I think is in pineapple juice too.
Okay. Well, it's Pinaverium and then bromide, Bromide. If you're seeing a doctor for your stomach, maybe just ask about it. It seems to help a little bit, kind of takes the level down a bit. That's not for that. Then my husband came across this. Where did you get it?
Online, and it's by the Martin Clinic, which is a family-run company. I think the father and the son are doctors, and it's because the wife was diagnosed with stomach issues, and they basically said to the doctor, yep, she's got stomach issues like IBS, thanks, come back and see us in 8 or 9 years when we might have answers. So he wouldn't do that, so he has a IBS formula. They make a lot of different products, but basically you take it with you when you eat, and it's supposed to help. So this was something I was going to get into right about next, is you'll see a lot of herbal supplements that you should take, and I'm telling you, they do work. Actually, right now I'm drinking turmeric. And there's turmeric in So the big ones are ginger and turmeric. Those are the ones that they really want. They suggest that you take no matter which 3 of the diets that you choose. Ginger root, marshmallow root, turmeric. There's slippery elm bark. There's a lot of those in these, and I find for me the ginger and turmeric, especially the turmeric, it's good for inflammation, and you can Google that. I take 2 pills in the morning, and then I drink this, which you can see the turmeric settling on the bottom. It's just helps. It tastes disgusting, but it helps settle the stomach down. And these are the pills that I take. I'm sure you can get higher quality ones for way more money, but the fact that I drink organic turmeric throughout the day, and these are expensive, is that I'm not going to do both, and I'm going to be broke. So the next thing is there's mixed reviews. A lot of people say don't have honey. Some people say do have honey. And again, this is very important. What works for me might not work for you, may not work for Rob if he had it, may not work for whatever. So don't get down on yourself if there's people on the internet going, oh, this works for me, it's great, you got to take this, this is the be-all, end-all.
No, that's crap. It's whatever works for that individual. And a good doctor, which is my doctor, will tell you, don't listen to what everybody says. What works for me may not work for you. So that's why I'm giving you multiple things that you can try, because one of them hopefully will help. For me, it's honey, and it's specific that it's unpasteurized honey. And I did a lot of research on that, and some of the Google searches were like, absolutely not, don't do honey, da 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 da. I'll sit there with this beside my bed and just have a little bit on a spoon, and some people put it in their tea, whatever. It takes the pain down. Like, I will say, it does actually help when I'm in a flare-up. So those are some options, and that's kind of the update where I'm at. You're going to live with it. It's not going to be something that's ever going to go away unless they come up with a cure. But I highly doubt it. And I'm really sorry that you guys have to go through that, because it sucks when you're working. Your significant other has to deal with the shenanigans that you're having to put up with, and the pain, and the, no sleep, and the frustration, and all that comes with it. And it sucks for everybody involved. But hopefully, if you guys maybe check some of this stuff out,
then you won't have to know where every bathroom is in the mall if one of these works for you.
It's sad when your whole life revolves around, I don't know if I can go because I don't know if there's a private bathroom here. Anyway, what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to really try very hard to post videos of very quick and easy things that I eat every day. And it's not meant to make dinner for 4 people or your whole entire family. We're just 2 people. He obviously doesn't eat what I eat, and I'm not going to force him to eat what I eat because that would suck. So it's a matter of, on the go, you got to go to work, make something quick. That's how I live my life. So I'm going to show you about juicing again, because actually since I started juicing, which was a week ago?
A couple of weeks.
No, it hasn't been a couple weeks. Like 8 days maybe.
I think Jack LaLanne was onto something back in the 50s when he was talking about juicing.
This will not involve cabbage, so no more stinkiness. This is super easy, super quick, and you
works.
Can. The cabbage does work for ulcers 110%. Watch that video.
Stanford study proven.
But these are other ones that all the products you can get on Amazon. So it'll be super easy once you get started, and then after you're started, it's like. It took the second time I did it, I think it took me 20 minutes to do for the whole week. So that'll be one of my next videos. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please, as you well know, send them to me. I will answer them. It takes me a couple days sometimes, but I appreciate you guys, and I'm really sorry that you have to go through this. It definitely sucks. But keep your head up there. It will get better, I promise. At least I hope. Okay, bye.